Boom. Yes. Okay. Oh, we're a little late. Sorry. Cheers!
Cheers! Yes!
We're on our time now.
I'm always on Black People time, girl, so I'm always late.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that.
I am, though. Listen, welcome to my world of being late all the time. It's a stereotype, but it's real.
It's a stereotype, but it's real. You guys, welcome to the Hey Frase podcast. As you know, I'm Sarah Fraser, and the voice that you hear is Danni Starr, radio personality, now longtime radio personality. What, 4 years have you been in this market? 5 years in D.C.?
Retired radio personality, Sarah Fraser.
You never know.
Yeah,
I feel like
no,
you're
I
only
know.
on pause, really.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't want to do corporate radio anymore. I do know that. Now, podcasting, that's what we do well.
I know, but see, this is the problem. You start the podcast, and then your old radio friends go, hey, it's sounding really good.
Yeah.
Would you ever think about putting it back on the air? And then suddenly you're back down that radio path. Yeah. And you give it, see, I've been gone from radio like 2.5 years.
Okay.
So now I get the itch every once in a while. I'm
Do
like,
you?
oh. Well, I think there's nothing like... with podcasting, it's twofold. Like, we're getting more of a live interaction because we do Facebook Live every Monday and Wednesdays, right around noontime on my Facebook page. So you're getting more of the live interaction, but I don't think there's anything like the radio interaction. And the thing that you realize about DC is it's such a commuter town.
Yeah. People are in their cars. They're driving around. They're listening. I get it.
So look, if you haven't heard the news, one of the reasons we have Danni on the podcast regularly, but one of the reasons she's here today is because last week was your departure from 93.9 WKYS.
This is true.
The Fam in the Morning, which was the morning show you've most recently been a part of.
Yes.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that departure because there's been, since, and I think you and I were talking about this, since the whole, what were you guys calling it? Nannygate or the whole?
The world was calling it that. Yes.
That's right.
But yes, Nannygate.
I think things never kind of got back on track, right?
No, I don't think I don't understand how they could. You can think that they can and you could try and hope that they can, but how can they really come back from that?
See, but I have a thought on that. I'm like, I was saying to you, I'm like, really? That was like upsetting for everybody over there because to me, like that was a radio prank. Like, and obviously, and the backstory with Danni and me and how we became friends is we both at different times were on Hot 99.5, the Kane Show.
Yeah.
So we both were in that female lead role on the Kane Show at different times. And, then we've both exited that. So we'll talk a little bit about exiting from radio. And this one was different. But anyway, when you're in radio, it's been known for pranks. Like I was telling you, one of the things that got us on the map for the Kane Show is we bailed Bobby Brown out of jail and he was supposed to come co-host. Yeah, and it made national news.
Yep.
And now I think to myself, God, would that have worked? Would that have worked? Or would that have been like 3 white people, although Sammy didn't really identify as white, like bailing this guy out who was down on his luck, and then would it have looked bad? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. We were talking about this when I said, like, you never know. Well, first of all, it was like... prank is a word that people chose to use, but like it wasn't. It was the whole thing was all wrong. It was all bad, all wrong. Yeah, like more than most people know. But I'll tell you this: like all my emotions over that shit were real. So
right.
Like I was furious for days over that. And I spent one night in a psych ward over that. Literally, I had a complete meltdown. And so when you get to a point where you have a complete meltdown, they can take away 6 figures, they can take away anything. But when they start to take away your peace of mind, you got to call it quits. And I anticipated 8 months, like an 8-month departure.
Right.
And it's okay because I'm telling you, when I was in that meeting and they were like, okay, we're going to move in a different direction, I was like, hallelujah. I was literally like, hallelujah.
Okay, you're like the 8-month mark, no problem.
It was that moment where, because literally it was like, they start to give you a pep talk. They're like, okay, so we're going to move in a different direction. And then they start saying nice things like, you're a really good talent and we appreciate your work. And at that point, I'm like, can I just go? Like... We good? What you got to legally tell me? Let me sign some stuff to get up out of here. Because at that point, I was so ready. I was like, God, I listen when you open doors for me. I'm not supposed to be here. This doesn't feel good. Let's roll. And I feel great about it.
When can I expect the severance check?
Precisely.
See you later.
Yeah. I don't want to sign a non-disclosure. I will take your severance. Thank you.
Oh, I know. The non-disclosure is so ridiculous.
Bullshit.
So wait, for people who are listening, because there's a lot of new listeners, there's a lot of new viewers on Facebook that know you might know a little bit, but want to know, what was the prank that sort of may have prompted some of this that happened a couple months ago?
So long story short, I was looking for a babysitter. A new nanny or whatever.
And this part is all true.
Yes, I really was.
Yes.
I found a new one. Her name's Auntie Pat. She's old and beautiful, and I love her. But anyway, I was looking for a new nanny, and so I thought, use all your resources. And one of those is that I'm pretty publicly known, and I figured if I put up a post asking people if they knew of anyone, obviously I would have done a background check. I would have done all these things.
Sure.
That's what happened. So I get this inbox, like this DM from this banging ass girl. She is drop dead gorgeous. She just make you want to go to the other side, beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God, she's beautiful. Cannot be in my house, but you're beautiful. I didn't respond to her. I didn't message her saying like, you're too pretty. It's not going to work out. And then there was this big conversation about discrimination, and is that discrimination? And I was like, I honestly don't think it is. I think it's discernment. I know you don't dangle something in front of a man. Like, that's not the smartest thing to do, and
it's you inside your home. It's like, and your kids, it's such an intimate decision.
It really is. Who you bring into your life, who you bring into the, the lives of your children and things like that. And plus, her stuff was not about being a nanny. It was about being a model, actress, singer. She was like...
And the nanny thing was a side hustle.
The nanny thing was like, hey, I want to be your nanny, and I was just like, no, this isn't going to work out for me. Yes, part of it was because she was massively attractive and how she like carried herself on her Instagram. But that means I never faltered from that. That was always my opinion. My opinion still hasn't changed with Nannygate, with all the BS, with the national attention, with everything. I still stand by the fact that you can have in your house who the hell you want in your house. And if you don't want a pretty girl in your house, you don't have to have a pretty girl in your house. I know Jeff wouldn't want a Manny. Little naked Shamar Moore looking guy walking around. No, that's not going to happen.
And so what ends up happening is you share this with the guys at the time. 5'9" was your co-host, DJ Quicksilva.
Yes.
So you share this with them, just thinking in passing, like maybe this is show prep.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days...
What happens is we're talking about it in the studio, and so it's so convoluted. There's so many things. We're talking about it in the studio, and I'm like, yo, not gonna. I say it out loud, like, oh, you're cute, not gonna happen. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? And I showed the picture, and I'm like, I'm not. No, and they're like, what? No way. You got to talk about it. We actually brought it on the air. Every single person agreed with me.
Okay,
so at this point, everything is real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Every part of this is real. And so, I'm so glad we're talking about this because there's a moment where I was really silenced on this and I was pissed about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, which is what they always do.
You hate when they silence you.
Oh, yeah. Every major company, especially in media, anytime there's drama, they always say, oh, hey, we've got an amazing PR company that's handling it. You're like, bullshit.
Right.
It's one woman in a basement somewhere.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
No. And I'm like, okay, so.
Yes, you got to go with your heart. Yeah, I hate being silenced. I'm with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, we talk about it. We bring it on the air. Men. God bless them. We're blew the phone lines up talking about absolutely not. I would not want that in my house either because we know ourselves.
So the men were like totally on your side.
Men were over. There was very few people who were not on my side. And even if they weren't on my side, cool. I don't care. It's my house and I'm going to go with that. Like, make your decisions for your life, your household. My past situations, my sister and I are 3 months apart. My dad ain't shit. Okay. So my dad was a cheater. My ex-husband was a cheater. I'm going to protect mine at all costs.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, you've learned
and
a lesson.
I think that's smart. I don't think it's discrimination. I think it's discernment, okay? So anyway, long story short, that was such a good show, and it got so many ratings that one morning I walk in, and they're like, we got a surprise for you. No, not one day. International Women's Day.
Not what I know.
Of all days.
Nobody's thinking, right? When this shit goes down, no one woke up that morning. I didn't even know it was International Women's Day till people started putting that together on Shade Room or whatever. Like, I didn't
God
even.
bless the Shade Room.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, we both had our fair share of Shade Room days.
Shade
Sarah.
Room is awesome, except for when you're on it.
Right?
Yeah,
you're like scrolling through, like, ooh, look at the tea, and then you're like, shit, I'm the tea.
And you know what I hate about the Shade Room? Yeah, and you know what the worst is too is like they don't tag you anymore, but all your fucking friends go on there and they're like, oh yeah, I know that white woman. It's like, hey, Fraser, you're like,
and then they're tagging you like, oh,
bitch, why don't you just keep?
I don't want them to find me. Like, let them live.
Oh no, everybody directs them right to your page. Okay, so no one's thinking International Women's Day though.
Well, I was, because when I walked in, I was excited. I was thinking, well, first of all, I didn't know this was happening.
So you had no clue. And these guys decide they're going to bring in the nanny.
The nanny.
Right.
The nanny.
Which is basically an actress.
An actress. But at this point, I don't know this.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So I walk in that morning. I'm super excited. I'm like, happy International Women's Day. Because I'm like, today's the day to celebrate me. I'm women. Hear me roar.
Yes.
There's a bunch of y'all. And this is a male-dominated industry. Let me have my moment of shine. And I walk in and they're like, we got a surprise for you. And they're joking and kikiing about it. And I'm like, okay, what is it? I'm thinking it's the International Women's Day surprise. No, it was an International Women's Day nightmare. Okay. So they're laughing. And the producer at the time, they're like, yep. Well, that nanny, we found her. And I'm like, no, the hell y'all didn't. At this point, still think it's all a damn joke.
Right.
Because there's no way on International Women's Day that this is going to go down like this.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, we found the nanny. We're going to bring her on. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. So we get into the show. I'm still thinking that this is a joke because we got to be, there's no way. So I'm starting to get heated because I'm like, okay, it kind of doesn't feel like a joke. I don't know if we're joking. I don't know if we're serious. And I text my boss. I gave him a heads up because, you can't literally just walk off the air. You can get fired for that. But I could tell where this was going. Like, I could literally, I was like, okay, I know myself. I get really emotional. This could happen like this. So I text my boss. I was like, these fools found the nanny and they are bringing her in. At this point, I still think it's the nanny.
So you think it's the actual nanny.
Yes.
Right.
Of course I'm heated. Like, how y'all going to bring in this girl who I never even reached out to let her know it was her, but y'all did? Like, that's just too much, you know?
Right.
So in walks not the nanny, and we're already live on the air. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I know. You're in. Look, I've been
you're
there.
in it. You're in it. You don't know how to get out of it. They've already teased it. You're in it. And not only that, to the listener, this shit is real. So,
yes.
So all you can think of is, one, y'all planned a whole bit on International Women's Day that completely set up your female co-host. Because how you look at it, whatever. So let's flash past the bit. She's in there. I don't give a hell about her.
Right.
She's not even the issue. The issue is y'all. Y'all set this up. You made this happen. How? Like, I don't understand.
And then all I remember is like midway through the bit, like they're basically saying, all right, Danny, like you're going to confront her. You're going to confront her. And then, I
kept saying like, this ain't got nothing to do with her. Because again,
I
knew
that.
she was an actress.
Right.
Okay. I wasn't even mad about this or her. I was mad that this bit was planned without my attention, without me having any say in it. And then y'all are trying to embarrass me. I'm not going.
Right.
Like, I'm never going to just sit back and like, don't embarrass me. That's not cool. So then it, what tipped the moment where it was all red and you forget, like, this is a bit, like an unplanned, stupid, ridiculous bit, was when they were talking about, like, it's International Women's Day, Danny, and you need to let women speak. And I was like, hold on.
Yes, that's right. They tried to silence you.
It was so like patronizing, and it was like just belittling. And I'm like, no. And at that point, all my anger was 100% real. I was like, this is crazy. You're not about to bring some random in here, having her pop off at me, having the listeners believe that you brought this random in here to pop off at me, right? And it was the aftermath that made me the most upset. It was the aftermath of, like, here's the thing. And I'm gonna be, this is the first time I've ever spoken about this, Sarah, so exclusive. Okay, this is the first time I've ever spoken about this, and I'm gonna be very honest because I don't give a fuck. And here's the truth.
I hear you.
Here's the truth. The truth is this. You don't get to plan a bit that embarrasses the shit out of your female co-host. And here's the thing. We've done bits like this before.
Sure. I mean, I participated in fake ones all the time.
Have we ever got to go back the next day and pull the curtain back and be like, just kidding, it was a bit? Do you know why that shit happened? Because they embarrassed the shit out of themselves by the things they said, how they react. Quick turned into a totally different person that day.
And even his wife called in, right? And she was like embarrassed
she didn't know it was a bit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Everybody did not know. That's the point. So here's the thing. What frustrated me the most about the entire nanny situation was this. I have been in plenty of bits that went wrong.
Sure.
I never got to go the next day because I looked bad in a bit or because I said the wrong thing and say, just kidding, guys. We didn't mean to do that to you, I never got to do that. But because he embarrassed himself, made himself look like a misogynistic, chauvinist pig,
right?
And because he looked so disrespectful, because he turned my mic off, because he did all these things, all of a sudden it was, no, we need to pull the curtain back. And I was like, do we? Because now you pulling the curtain back makes me look crazy.
Well, and jeopardized basically.
It jeopardizes me being a genuine fucking person and being real, and that's my whole brand, is like real and authentic. When my anger was real, everything was real, and now all of a sudden you want to pull the curtain back talking about it was an actress. Who the fuck cares?
That immediately went viral, and everybody was blaming the guys on the show, and basically saying...
And then it switched, and it was like, oh, you played the victim? No, the fuck I didn't. Here's the truth of the matter. Nobody told them what to say. Nobody had scripts except the girl, and guess what? Her script was nothing but negativity towards me. You don't trust your man. You're jealous. You're insecure. I didn't give her that damn script. They did. I didn't even know the bit was happening.
Wow.
So that's crazy to me. So,
it is crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
At the end of the day, there was no coming back from that.
Look, I always tell people, because people ask me all the time about radio, there's so many morning shows and so many people that go down this road of fake bits.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, idea.
Once you do it, you have to be all in.
And you have to defend.
To it. You have to commit. If you're going to be fake, everybody has got to buy in. And the problem with being fake is you can't control the results of it.
And I don't like the fake shit, right? Like
I don't either. And when I hear you,
I hate it. And so when I'm thinking it's a real situation, I'm like, I can handle this. Then in walks this actress, and I'm like, oh, like it was like the okie doke. It was like being bamboozled. I was like, oh my God, they pulled the okie doke. I've been bamboozled, but we're already live on the air. You got to roll with it. And then again, after the bit was over, I was like, okay, cool. Everybody ride with it, because at the end of the day, this is what happened. Y'all pissed off a lot of people.
In radio, everyone has massive egos. And
Yes.
look, I love men.
But they
love
weren't ready
men.
for that.
But the men have the most fragile egos. And then once it starts coming back, the heat is on them. It's like, you're right.
Oh, and secrets, the skeletons was coming out the closet for my co-host, and they didn't like that. And of course they didn't. You wouldn't like that. And then it was, people's kids are being bullied and all these things that I would never wish on anybody. But at the same time, I'm like, you chose the things that came out of your mouth.
So look,
Nobody
obviously
said that.
management wasn't in on this. And the next day they pull the dudes off the air. Then they do this
ridiculous
all women's
show, which I specifically said I wanted no part of.
And then, because I tuned in, and actually I thought it sounded really good. It was you and Angie Ange. It was a lot of that person.
Deja, Bacon Bear. It was everybody.
Everybody, all the female talent from 93.9. I thought, actually, this is really good. This sounds really
It does sound
This
good.
should be like the morning show. This is really good.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like, why don't we do this in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
They never... None of these radio stations would ever put an all-women cast on.
They're not ready for
the morning. But anyhow, that's a whole nother topic. But do you
But if they were wanting to, Sarah and I would maybe make our rounds back to the airwaves. Maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
On our own terms.
Exactly. There you go. There's the asterisk. So probably not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
But here's my thing. So do you think, was the backlash prior to that? Because, I've been in the heat of the backlash with the whole Michael Brown incident.
Our shit was like a week apart, Sarah.
2 weeks later, I was texting you. I was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Then the whole
2 weeks
Michael
later,
Brown.
I was like, it's going to be okay, girl. It's going to be okay. Just fight through it.
When is it going to be okay?
Anyway, it's a whirlwind.
But do you think, management was obviously surprised. So was the backlash so bad at the station? You think that the management was like, okay, we can't take this. We got to abandon ship.
I honestly don't know. I don't think that, because I think they wanted to rescue the show. I do. There was a lot of things that happened after that. Like almost like morning show boot camp, trying to get us together and make us a team again.
They even got a therapist for you guys, right?
Yeah, because I'll tell you this.
That's amazing. That's amazing. More stations need to do that.
It was amazing. It was a trauma. It was a real trauma, and we had to work through it. And so when we did all the the therapy, and when we were like, okay, let's save the show, I really believe that could work. But sometimes you think something and you really, you want it to work. Here's the truth. I wanted it to work because I have a sick child.
Yes.
I wanted it to work because I need health care. I didn't want it to work because I have this amazing love for radio still, and the people that I worked with were my people, and I wanted it to. No, that's not. I want good things for them too. I want them to be successful, and I want their families to do well. But that's as far as that goes. I don't care really. What happened was I thought it could work. I went back and I realized it wasn't going to work. It wasn't. And I wasn't in it anymore. I was guarded. I was irritated. I was, why, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I rebuilt a lot of my relationship with 5'9". I don't think I ever, I don't think I ever rebuilt.
Out there with Quick,
at all. And I'm okay with that, because, some people are seasoned people, some people are lifetime people. We had a good season, and I wish him well. But no, I don't have to rock with him like that, and that's okay. I think that's okay.
Hey, I believe...
That's good.
I hardly speak to anyone from my radio past.
I don't rock with none of them, and that's okay.
I don't rock with anyone. I can't.
Yeah,
I go through the Rolodex. I got you and Mel and Sammy K. I'm like, any other radio guy? Nope.
I don't wish bad on anybody, but also I'm not going to fake the funk, and I don't rock with certain people anymore over that shit.
No, and there's a level of toxicity, and there's
really
a level. I've told people this over the years. The hardest part, but also the best lesson of radio, is there's a real toxicity towards women.
Oh.
And people don't. Look, I think Me Too is awesome. Wish it happened 8 years ago. I would have had more to say, but there is. So I think it's great that you held your ground and said your piece. And obviously Quick left maybe a month and a half after. I did think when he resigned, I was like, ugh, that sounds like something.
I felt like once he resigned, it was going to put me in a bad situation as far as what they wanted to do with the show and what was going to happen. But at the end of the day, listen, they're a company. They got to protect their brand. They got to do all these things. And at the end of the day, they need to bounce back from what the hell happened.
Right.
And I would like them to bounce on without me.
Right.
That is the truth.
See, I think we should go back and pitch like you and me, and we'll just call it Black and White.
Hey, the hip-hop Dalmatians.
The Black and White fam in the morning.
Hey, little salt, little pepper.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think it could. I'd be like the first white person on 93.9, and then whatever people can call in if they hate me because I'm white. Fine. And then when
we'll have like
a
dabbled
white
on some brown and black penises.
Yes, we can have a white privilege button. So when I get on my white privilege, you can
just
hit the button. Yeah,
I feel like
I think it could be a go. But
I feel like that would be great. I feel like we need a different place, but I just
who's open? El Zol. We'll go there. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, I am happy. Like a happiness that I have never experienced. Just I feel free. I don't know where money's going to come from, and that's okay. Because at the end, like I was writing this morning and I told myself last night I thought Maya Angelou was talking to me. I'm crazy. Okay, so last night I was laying in my bed and
it's fine. We were just talking about the sage woman we had in here and like, oh my God, that's a whole nother show. But like everybody since this woman, we had a shaman in. Since this shaman came in, everybody has been hearing things, seeing things, the devil.
Because y'all have to
had
pay
like
attention.
So much stuff.
Energy is real. So last night I'm laying in bed and I have this like overwhelming thought of, well, I know why the cage bird sings. And I'm like, what the hell is it? And first of all, I was scared because I don't want to go back to a psych ward, okay? But I was like, I know why the cage bird sings. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm over and over again. Woke up, the thought was still on my mind. I'm like, okay, I got to write about this. I don't know what the hell it is, but I got to write about it. Then I Googled the shit and realized it was Maya Angelou's autobiography. So I was like, oh shit, Mama Maya was preaching to me last night in my dreams or my semi-unconscious.
Yeah, I believe that.
Cool. So at the end of the day, what I wrote this blog today, and what it came down to is I don't care if this type of freedom makes me millions or makes me nothing. I just don't want to feel caged anymore. And I literally don't care.
Yeah.
Like me and the girls can be, we're going to travel in an RV. We can live in a tent. I don't give a shit. We're all going to have peace of mind. And that matters more to me than all this money.
You're going to be so good.
I'm going to be so good.
You've already launched Empathy and Eyebrows, your podcast. And here's what the biggest thing, because I've spent years reflecting on this. Like I loved radio. Many of the reasons that people follow us and listen is because of our time at Hot 99.5 and the Kane Show. And I'm very grateful for all that because...
Which, by the way, Kane set me up with a dick picture. And I've never said that live in a radio thing anyway. But if you want to know what happened with the Kane Show, I didn't name names. It's in my book, though, and there was a dick picture, and it was inappropriate, and you should read my book because it tells everything. That's all.
Where can people, well, we might as well throw in the link since you're dropping all the truth.
Well, you can get it at DanniStarr.com, but you can also get it on Amazon. I have the Audible version. And
you have spilled it all.
Girl, first of all, it's your fault. You gave me this damn rosé this early in the morning. I'm just spilling tea, sipping wine, whatever this is. Here's the thing. I don't care anymore. I don't care.
It's a blessing, and it's all your men. Look, you, me, many other women, very strong personalities. And I always tell people always want to ask, what happened. Look, just like what you said, it's a toxic environment. That's why we left. But I've always known in my heart, too, I wanted my own show. I wanted to do my own thing. And we were just joking about this, too. I'm like, can a girl just have her own show?
Look, I'll be real with you, Sarah. I don't want my own show. I want you to have your own show, and I want you to pay me when I show up like this. That's all I'm asking for. You do the work. I show up.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fair.
I don't want that responsibility. I don't. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm not good at. And having that type of responsibility is not for me. It's for you. But I would like somebody to sponsor this to make this happen on a regular.
You know what? I'm down with that.
Us.
You know what? Okay, it's Sarah, SARAH at HeyFrase.com. You want to sponsor this? 100%.
Look, I got a Cash App. It's I am Danni Starr. No.
Yeah, plug it all. I appreciate you being honest and being real about that. Because my thing was I had got to the point where I was like, I really want to be the boss. I really want to try this. Yeah. And you're right. It's not easy because what people, the hustle is really behind the scenes of the sales stuff, of the getting everybody organized, getting everybody under one mission. But I'm enjoying that. I'm having a good time. I always say, I don't know, it'll be forever, but all right, that'd be great. Can you imagine? And we really could have the girls show.
We could.
I like this.
And what's what I love about us, and this is some real shit, Sarah. What I love about us is the fact that we went from a loathing to loving relationship.
I know.
And we were pit against each other by something that had nothing to do with us, which is crazy. And so when you have a common enemy, and I think we're past that now, like I don't even care what he got going on.
Me neither. But
but it didn't start like that. We did have a common enemy in the beginning. We bonded over that.
And we were direct competitors. 107.3, we came back. So Sarah, Ty, and Mel, and Sammy K was the producer.
Yeah.
And we were competing against you guys. And that show was #1 at the time. It was really tough. And I felt the same way. I was like so angry with you. I didn't even know why. I was just like, but it wasn't about you.
It
was
wasn't.
about,
and it was never about you either.
Right.
It was about what we heard and the rumors, which are never true. Never trust them damn rumors about people who have worked with people. You know that I don't know.
I also
Strike
learned
that, reverse it. But you know what I was trying to say. You can't trust rumors that people who like when they were like, oh, Sarah's this way, this way, this way. You can't go by other people's experiences with people because I have met people that I've loved and other people have hated. And I'm just like, well, maybe your energy fucked them up. Because my energy welcomes people and it embraces people and it wants good things for people. If your energy doesn't do that for people, their energy might not connect with you.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
And I always would think to myself, and Dan's always like a great, he's like my great true north and all this, but I'd always be like, oh, it just like drives me nuts and how are we going to win and all this stuff. And he's like, you just don't know. He's like, you girls might be friends someday. Like, he's like, you never know what.
Dan said that.
Yeah, he'd always be like,
look at
he's
Dan.
like, you can't hold that against other people. Yeah. He's like, you don't know. And it was so funny. Like when that whole thing fell apart and you called me, I was like, we've had the same experience. We've lived that same thing.
It wasn't just you though. It was me, you, Mel. It was Sammy. We all had such a similar experience.
Absolutely.
And we had like this text message group. And I swear we seemed like battered wives.
Yeah.
Like it did.
Yeah.
It was like a therapy support group for women who were working with him at the, it was
Absolutely.
not okay. But now I feel like those situations, I feel like the situation on Hot 99.5, I feel like the situation at KYS, I feel like all of that has led to this moment.
I was going to say, it's prepared
and
you.
It's prepared me, and it prepared you. And
hell, yeah.
And we're better off for it.
Oh, my God. I see, because I still work in TV, and I see other women, they get feedback or a male coworker says something, and I'm like, I've been there. But now, everything I went through has made me go, I'm going to win. Yeah. I am not going to lose. Like you might get me down today. You might have a problem with me. You might try to steal my airtime today, but like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to do it with a true heart and I'm going to win.
Listen,
But I would not have had that drive.
Had you had not went through it.
If I hadn't gone through the fire, I would have been like, ooh, why doesn't this person like me? Why don't they think I'm talented? Why aren't they using my material? Now I'm like, cool, you're not the right fit, but I'm going to keep going until I find someone who's like, that's the shit, we're putting it on.
Yeah, I may not be your cup of tea, but I'm somebody's cup of tea, and they're going to take a sip. You better believe it.
Speak up for yourself. Like I always said to women, I wish years ago I'd had the backbone to stand up because all these guys, whether it's in this industry or banking or whatever, they're all bullies. Some of them, not all. There's some wonderful, wonderful men. We work with them here at Podcast Village. But the ones that are bullies, the minute you stand in your truth, they back the fuck down.
They do because they can't take it.
They can't. But they rule like that, you know. And you have to find that strength, and you have to just come from your heart and speak it. And then you find you're like, oh shit, why didn't I speak up? These bullies, like, they can't handle it.
But I will say this. I think it's really important that for people who are struggling, or if you like you said, like if you feel like you're in the fire, if you feel like you're in some type of trauma or something crazy right now, I know that it sucks. And while you're in it, it is so difficult to look past that and see the other side. But I promise you, the fire, the storm, the drama, the trauma, all of that is setting you up.
It is.
For success. And I know that because I have seen my fair share of shitstorms. And on the other side of that, oh, baby, it is so beautiful. And I'm walking in my truth and I'm living my truth and can't nobody take it away from me. And I have found a sense of peace, a sense of freedom, and a sense of happiness that is it cannot be bought.
It can't be bought. That's what I tell people. It can't be bought. I wake up every morning and I'm like, oh my God, please, like, only let this get better. Let it, it can't, like, I'm having the best time of my life and I never.
As you should.
And you know what? If everything had been rosy for us, we never would have taken steps and taken chances and bet on ourselves. Yeah. I'm so excited for the future. And people are like loving this, by the way, on Facebook. People want to know if you narrate your own book on the audio version.
I sure do. On Audible, it is all me. I spent 16 hours in a studio in Minneapolis, and I have bonus stories on the Audible version because I decided, like, I was talking and I'd be like, listen, I got to tell you a backstory on this. And so I kind of just go off on tangents on the Audible version. And yes, it is me narrating.
People want to know where all the places are they can buy the book.
Oh, well, thank you. Amazon. You can buy the book on Amazon. You can buy it on Itasca, which most of the money goes to me if you get it on Itasca. So that's a good
Okay,
book.
Go to Itasca. How do we spell Itasca?
Itasca. It's Itasca Books. It's online. They're my distributor. You can get it from them. You can get it from DanniStarr.com. Has all the links to the book. It's DANNISTARR.com. Empathy and Eyebrows is my podcast, and it's on iTunes. And then there's a link to it on DanniStarr.com if you have Android, because I ain't all that technical, okay? I haven't figured it all out yet, but we're working on it.
Are freaking loving loving this. Sandy says, oh my God, nothing but love for Danny and Sarah. Lydie says, oh my God, I love you both. William Gabriel says, love this so much.
Yay, we love you.
Sahir says, Danny is always my cup of tea. Right now on Facebook, be sure to share this. Share this with someone who knows and follows Danny, who loves the Hey Frase podcast, who wants to know more about media. So hit share. We got to thank 2 sponsors, and we're going to talk a little empathy and eyebrows. I've got also a situation. Speaking of Dan, I say all these good things, and then
I need to hear all the things.
He might be in the doghouse. We need to thank Mark Livingstone, who handles all your mortgage and loan needs. He is partnered with the Hey Frase podcast. And if you are a first-time homeowner, maybe you're a second time, you need to use Cornerstone First Financial. You can go to heyfrase.com. It's HEYFRASE.com. There's a little icon at the bottom, and it's a picture of Mark Livingstone. When you click on that, the referral link is there for Hey Frase. All of your application fees are waived up to $450. Dan and I are in the apartment hunting business right now. I don't know where we're going to.
Do you think Mark could help me get a tiny house?
Yes. Oh, my God. Like a little.
That's what I want. Is a tiny house on wheels, and that's what I want to travel the country.
Yeah, and you have to buy it, right? You can't rent it. Yeah, maybe you should just rent it.
No, you have to buy a tiny house.
You do?
Yeah, you can't rent a tiny house.
Oh my God, yeah, your mortgage will be like $100.
Yeah, I want to buy a tiny house or an RV, so I'm going to talk to Mark. So make sure you connect me with Mark.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
on it.
Because I mean, doesn't the sink just become the bed or something, and then like
everything
we'll just
turns
resell it?
into everything. It's a whole. It's like it's a scandal, girl. You got this little ass house, and it's transforming.
I can't wait to see the YouTube videos of you and that.
Wait.
Oh my God, you and the girls and
Jeff is excited. He is.
Oh my God. Well, Jeff's an angel. That man.
Jeff is trying to get me pregnant, girl. He needs to simmer down. That's what Jeff needs to do.
You're unemployed and he's trying to get you pregnant, Jeff. What's going
on a mission. He was like, yeah, we'll just let that marinate. I said, get out of me. Like, we're not doing this tonight. Not to get. He said, I'm gonna just let that marinate. He wants a baby ASAP.
Okay, wait. And I need you. You're also going to go to our friend Jessica Claros, who does auto insurance, home insurance, life insurance, long-term, short-term disability. You need all that. We have to thank one more sponsor, and then we're going to talk some more topics. Jessica Claros works with Farmers Insurance. She's also a partner on this show. Like I said, Hotto. Yes, Hotto for your hot car. Auto, home, life. I just got a life insurance policy. So if I turn up dead, you need to talk to Dan. Okay? Short-term, long-term disability, because you never know if you get sick. She handles
pregnancy
all that.
Too. Short-term disability.
Pregnancy. She's in Silver Spring, Maryland on New Hampshire Avenue. You can go to agents.farmers.com/Jessica Claros or just type in Jessica Claros Farmers. I'll put her link in here. But seriously, life insurance is so important. It's how my mom survived after my dad died, how I went to college, all that. So she handles everybody in Maryland. She can take care of your home, too, even renters. So if you're young and you just need renter's insurance, Jessica Claros Farmers Insurance is for you. People also...
I got farmers. Yes,
farmers! People also want to know where they can download the podcast. I'm getting lots of that on Facebook.
AJ, girl, no. Okay, you can download the podcast.
We share the same producer, by the way. Danny and I, we have this amazing producer, AJ, who you hear on the Hey Frase podcast. Danny's is truly a storytelling, and you bear it all.
I do.
Your mother, your father, the girls, you put it all out there.
It's fun. Jeff was on one episode. It's fun. So I know you can get it on iTunes if you have an Apple or whatever, iPhone. You can get it on iTunes and subscribe and download from there. But it's hosted on Libsyn, so it's empathyandeyebrows.libsyn.com, right, AJ?
Yes.
Okay.
So Podomatic, Libsyn.
Oh,
iTunes.
Podomatic is on there too.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, AJ.
You know what?
Got it.
It'll be on Sarah's page later. We'll share. We'll do all the things.
Great. We'll post it for you.
We'll post everything for you. Yeah, because a lot of people are asking where they can support and listen.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you, I think it's going to become black and white radio.
Listen, I'm down for black and white radio.
I think it'd be really good.
You know what? I think that it could be cool because I think that there are a lot of issues. Because we're friends. You know what's super dope, Sarah? Like one time we had a conversation, and I can't even remember what it was about, but we were talking about like black and white issues. And we were on the phone and you were like, well, I just wonder this. And it got me thinking about the different perspectives because we do walk through this world differently. There's no question about that.
100%. I grew up so lily white. Yeah. Honest to God. So everybody was white. Yes. And I grew up with a mother who did whatever she wanted. Yeah. And she always was like, I'll do whatever. I mean, oh my God, my mother, honest to God, is a wild woman. Even when we were young, if there was a house for sale and there was no one in it, she would just like open the window and go right in.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. My mother,
I love
she
her already.
had no fear, right? But it was interesting thing when I moved to DC, and I did begin to hear my African American friends talk about, like, they were like, oh my God, the shit is so white privilege. And I'd be like, no way, everybody
It
has
is,
those
girl,
rights.
because if I climbed through that damn window,
I know, I don't.
bitch, it would be a problem. They would have arrested me. I'd have wound up dead.
I know, and I've never been afraid of a cop in my life. I'm like, the hell you'll shoot me, and then I feel so ignorant, at times, because I didn't even grow up thinking.
Yeah,
that's the stuff that happens to Black America. So it's hard for me because I feel sad. Like I feel like, oh God.
Here's the thing. What I think the issue is, and this is a total left, but whatever. What I think the issue is people think when we talk about like white privilege and we talk about things like that, people see that as like so negative. Listen, it was something you were born with. That is not nothing to do with you. It is not something. It is not negative. It's not like I'm mad at you because you have it. I'm not. You are my girl. We ride together. When people was coming at you crazy and we was both on the shade room,
you were
I was
so
like,
sweet.
no. I was like, that's my girl. That's not how that went down. Let me check you real quick on some things. But what I'm saying is this. I think people, they hear it and they panic like, well, I didn't ask for this. And no, you didn't ask for this. That's okay. You didn't ask for this. However, you can recognize it and it can make you navigate the world a little bit differently, especially if you love Black and brown people.
Right.
You should want to navigate differently. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just love the conversations that we have on air and off air because I don't rock with people who don't check their privilege because
yes.
I don't have that luxury.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
so it's super dope to me when my best friend is white. She's been my best friend,
Claire
12 and 13.
been,
She's been my best friend since growing up. And I have witnessed her fight battles that don't belong to her because she loves Black and brown people,
Right.
And so I don't rock with people who don't check their privilege, who don't recognize their privilege, and who don't want to do something to help people who don't have that.
Right. And that's the thing is I always want to use this platform always to give this everybody, but especially people of color, a voice. And I always say, this is why I think it's so important that you've launched your podcast.
Thank you.
I want more Black women, Asian women, Hispanic women. They need to be behind the microphone.
Yes.
Because as we have seen, men behind the microphone control a lot.
They do.
And they control
men in
a lot.
general control a lot. And it's not to say anything. But
Not to be negative,
it's not
right?
negative.
It's not bad. But I'm like, women of color, you need shows.
Yes.
You need shows. I want you telling your truth of what's happening because let me tell you, you search through all these networks, the majority is still a lot of white shows and it's a lot of men. And it's like, where are the women of all colors? You need microphones.
When I tell you that I cried watching Insecure, Issa Rae.
Oh, yeah.
I cried, like not just one episode, a couple episodes. I cried because of her fashion choices, because of how empowering she was towards Black women, because it made me feel like I belonged and I felt,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy to grow up and not, like for me, it was like the closest I got to a minority was Topanga. She had that curly hair and I just somehow identified with her ass, right? I was like, okay, Topanga, we're going to just roll with it. Your name is crazy. Some Black woman had to have named you. Your name is Topanga and you got, curly hair. Like I rocked with her because she was the only thing I could relate to because there wasn't really Black people on TV like that. And so now things are changing. We got Issa Rae. We got She's Gotta Have It. We got Netflix coming out with all these types of things.
Dear White People. Yeah,
Dear White People.
shows.
My great friend who probably should be on your podcast, Brandon Bell, is the star of that show.
Oh,
we went to high school together, De La Salle High School. Shout out Minneapolis. So Brandon Bell is literally the star of that show.
Oh, Brandon needs to be on.
Troy, I think his name is
That
Troy.
show's a good show.
It's a good show. So these shows that are showing a different reality, I appreciate.
Yeah.
I really do. And when you watch TV and you can cry because you're like, thank God they're telling my story, that is why representation matters.
I mean, really growing up, I thought every Black family was the Huxtables.
And
I thought it was Cosby Show.
No.
I know.
We were not we didn't have a doctor and a lawyer in the house.
That was another line. No, that's like white rural Maine people thought, oh, Black people are fine. They're the Huxtables.
They're the Huxtables.
Yeah, it was like,
no.
Meanwhile, I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
So it's definitely a journey getting woke.
It is.
But hey, look, I'm so excited. People are toasting you and cheering you on Facebook Live.
Thank you to freedom.
Yes, people are absolutely. Dee says, oh my God, Danny, right on. Anya says, two of my favorites. Thomasita is also on as well. This is the best part of my day is listening to the two of you together. So only positive vibes. People are super excited. I want to ask you two things, and then we're going to have Mervis Diamond in here. They are doing a Diamonds in the Roof.
Oh, I like it.
Event this weekend where it's all about pet adoption, and you can also get a diamond ring. Now, to me, I feel like that is the ultimate event, right?
That is amazing. You get a puppy and
massive
a diamond.
rock. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. So I want your opinion on this. Okay, Dan's my boyfriend of 5 years.
Yes.
He went to a soccer convention over the weekend, and on Saturday, and Dan is like, He's very supportive, but I would say on the day-to-day, he is not like romantic. Like he never like, it's like, I love you so much. He's not expressive, okay? Is Jeff expressive? Is Jeff like I know you guys are having sex 24/7.
We are. That is true. Jeff is.
I know he expresses himself with his dick, but like what
does,
else?
and he does it well. Damn it!
I know you two were like.
You know what? I think he does a good job. I'm more expressive, but that's just my love language, and I am. But I know he loves me. Like I never doubt it. It's he says it sometimes. Occasionally, there's some very sweet thing that happens, and I appreciate it. But he's pretty emotive, but not. I just feel like if we want the kind of emotion that we want, we got to marry ourselves or another woman.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's it. Because I'm an insecure nutsack. So I'm always like, is this man in love with me? I need reassurance. I go, why aren't you texting me every day? And
here's the thing. I text my girlfriends really sweet messages. Like I do. My broad squad. Every day I'm like, you're beautiful. Your ass looks good.
You're so good.
I am a good friend.
You are a good friend.
I am a good friend.
Well, he sent me this text message and he said, I know I don't say it every day, but you're really important to me over the weekend.
That is so fucking sweet.
Well, wait. So I thought to myself, oh my God, I love this man. I'm definitely marrying him. Because every other week, I'm like, one week I'm marrying him, the next week I'm not. Right?
You're marrying him, Sarah. Get over it. Like, stop. Stop it.
One week I'm having a kid with him, the next week I'm not.
Yeah.
So when he gets home, though, wait, I want to know if I still give him credit or if you think this is like, doesn't get credit. Okay.
Fill us in.
So when he gets home, I said, you sent me the sweetest text. I was like, that made my weekend. Like, I just love that. I wish you would do that more often. I would feel so emotionally connected to you. And he goes, well, actually, it was a part of a coaching training session. Yes. Thank you. I was back getting divorced from him. He goes, yeah, it was part of a coaching activity where the instructor had said to be like a better coach, you do have to like really have deep emotional connections with coworkers, with family members. And they said, find an important person in your life right now and text them that.
Okay.
And you're the most important person.
I'm going to give you some perspective.
I'm a little upset.
Listen, this is why you can't be upset, okay?
Okay, why?
Because we are self-sabotagers. That's what we are. We are self-sabotagers.
You think, wait, you and me or women in general?
I think you and I are self-sabotagers. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. This is why you don't get mad at him. Because what they asked him to do was find the important person in your life and send them a message. Who did he send the message to?
Me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
So listen, men, I'm sorry, men, if you're listening, but men are a teachable creature. Okay? And you have to baby them sometimes, and you have to teach them the things that you want. They don't know, okay? They don't. Sometimes we don't know what the hell we want. How can we expect them to know?
That's true.
So what you have to do is, one, understand that they gave him a task, and that task was text the most important person to you right now and let them know. And he picked you.
Okay.
That matters. Okay. So let him slide on the fact that it was because he doesn't know how to do it. It's not that he doesn't want to. He loves you, Sarah. He spent 5 years with your ass. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
there is no question about the fact that he's there and committed and he loves you.
I have definitely dumped him and threatened to dump him numerous times and tried to kick him out.
And he's not going nowhere. If a man, trust me, men, most of the time when a man wants to be broken up with, he tries to force the woman to break up with him. So the fact that you have broken up with him and he's like, bitch, I ain't going nowhere. No. Dan is here to stay. Okay? He's here to stay, and he's sending you sweet text messages that he was encouraged to send, but he picked you, and that's what you have to remember.
You know what? I like that
so
because
tonight, go home and give Dan some head.
Oh, okay. He is definitely getting a blowjob. Dan, I'm going to be sucking your dick so hard. I can't wait.
Yes!
Oh, my God, yes. You're getting ice
cubes.
And then
I want you to,
ice cubes on your dick, and then I'm going to
like,
suck.
Yes.
I'm going to, and I'm going to try to take a picture.
No, okay, that's too much. You went too far. It's an intimate moment. You shared enough. But yes, I believe Dan deserves a blowjob. And you know what? Just
you're
for
getting
bonus,
a blowy.
Jeff, I'll come home and do one for you too.
Yes, dueling blowjobs.
Hold the hell on. AJ, I got a bone to pick real quick.
Oh, pick it. What did she do?
We are at Paul Wharton's. We are at his Emmy party.
Oh, my God.
We're all there. AJ came boobs out, dressed to the nine, legs showing for days.
She did look amazing.
And Jeff starts to have a conversation with me, which I don't know why men are this damn stupid. But he goes, so is it wrong if and that was where it stopped. And I said, oh, no, you're going to have to finish your sentence. And he's like, well, I just don't think I should. I said, no, we are a team. This is when I pretend.
Yes.
So here's the thing. This is when you put Paul the okie doke. Because I knew whatever the hell he was going to say was going to get his ass cussed out. I'm fully aware of this, okay? But I'm trying to pretend. I said, no, we are a team. we have to open up to each other. You felt like you wanted to tell me something and you pulled back. That's not what we do. Tell me what you felt. And he was like, well, I just wanted, like, I don't know if it's inappropriate if I'm supposed to say this, but Paul's intern, first of all, you ain't an intern, AJ, so he's disrespectful anyway.
Right.
I got you. I got you.
The shade.
I checked him quickly. I said,
Thank
first
you,
of all,
Danny.
I said, first of all, she's Paul, Sarah, and my producer, and you're going to get it right. And he was like, but she is just drop dead gorgeous. And I was like, okay. So then AJ walks up to us, and AJ's talking about taking me out, getting me drunk. She needs a night out to get me drunk and get me wasted. And she's like, and then Jeff goes, we walk away, and he was like, well, it's okay if you guys both come home that night.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, please have a threesome with Danny. That would be so good.
So you know
oh
what
my
I say?
God,
I'm like,
please.
listen, I
That'd be
love your
hot.
ass. And strangers, talking about strangers are one thing, but we will not be talking about Miss AJ like that, okay? Because I know her, okay? We can bring a stranger home,
Oh my
maybe,
God.
but not Miss AJ. No.
Wow.
But to your credit, you're very beautiful and you do good
thank
work.
You, Danny.
That would be
Thank you.
amazing. Oh my God, I want you guys to have a threesome.
Don't
That'd
thank
be
me,
so
bitch.
hot.
It was my man who thought you were fine.
I'm like, thank you, Danny. No, I know. Well, I feel like my man doesn't think I'm hot, so whenever I get a compliment like that, I'm like,
Yes.
wow.
Well, yeah, and I want to know, Jeff
looked
has
good.
never said that about me.
No, he actually did. What the fuck? He actually did. He was like, she's a really attractive girl. And, he was talking about you and Dan.
will
and
definitely have sex with you guys, but I've
Great.
got to do it before 6 because I go to bed at 8:30 faithfully, and I need
well,
time
bitch,
to
our
come.
romping room is at about 9 p.m., so you're out. AJ,
You're
come
in.
on over.
Tag in. AJ's,
I'll bring the wine.
Good.
you can tell she's like really good in bed. I guarantee
believe
it. Yeah,
I believe,
absolutely.
I bet she's like flexible. I
She
used,
is, yes.
I used to be. I was a
How do
competitive
you know
cheerleader.
Oh, you were a competitive cheerleader.
I was a
Sarah's
competitive
like,
cheerleader.
She's very flexible. She's trying to sell me on the black market.
Listen, right. I could put used to put both my legs behind my head. Now, if I try and I squeeze really hard, I can get one. But we've never tried that because I
wouldn't
feel like
either.
I'll get stuck, and I'm not about to be that bitch on what's that?
Stuck. I'd
what's
be
that show
queefing
like
all over the place. I don't think so. I don't think
emergency things that happen. Well, what was that? Like sex brought me to the emergency room. There's
Yes,
a real
that show.
So that's why I don't put my leg behind my head because
No,
I'm
I'm
so
sorry.
scared I'm going to wind up on sex brought me to the emergency room.
God,
Not
like-
doing it. Not doing it.
Hamsters in the ass.
That would be the least of my concern. Oh my God, please, no.
I had
have
an
so many
intern-
like issues with my butthole. Are you kidding? That
had a
poor hamster would be shit all over. Like
I had a cane show intern. God bless him. I'm not going to say his name because I'm not going to embarrass him. But I had a cane show intern who on Thanksgiving got a little tiny bullet, the like masturbating bullet, or no, the vibrator.
Yeah, bullet. Yeah, sure,
stuck
sure.
in his butt. And he said his mom called him down for dinner, and he had to go down. And so all of Thanksgiving dinner, he was just a shaking during dinner.
Who sits through that?
I said, why didn't you go to the doctor? Why didn't you? Listen, there's sometimes for turkey, and when you got a vibrating bullet in your butt, turkey is not what should be on your mind. Take your ass back to the room. Go to sleep. Do something.
God, that's an amazing story. That is an amazing story.
That's why I don't use the bullet. Magic wand all day, but I'm not messing with no bullet. No insertion.
Well, with that, I think that we should have the Humane Society. Let's adopt some dogs. Let's get the dogs. With that, so look, oh my God, we're definitely, okay, someone's adopting a dog today.
You better adopt a dog. We've been talking about some crazy stuff. Somebody better get one of these dogs because they pay the bill.
Oh my God, Jonathan Mervis is here from Mervis Diamond. You know they're a sponsor of ours. They've been with us since the beginning. Absolutely love them. MervisDiamond.com for your engagement ring, and they have some unbelievable engagement rings. They always have trunk show specials going on. They have 3 locations in Rockville, Tysons, and K Street. Can we actually have, AJ, can Jonathan come in first, and then we'll have... And Jonathan can bring a dog.
Yes.
So Jonathan Mervis is walking into the studio right now looking good.
Hello.
Jonathan Mervis just engaged himself. Look at that shirt. You're looking handsome, by the way.
Oh, can I see
Yeah.
your lovely?
And
How
you
are
brought-
you, love?
You brought us diamond treats.
You know
Oh
I'm
my
in the
God.
market. I am in the market.
Yes.
I want something like understated, very understated, but classy. I'll send them your way.
I'm in the market as well, but I really want your upgrade policy.
This is pretty.
Which is
Yes.
which
Yes.
is taking you get so when you buy a ring at Mervis and then you want to trade it in or trade it up, you get what is it? What's the policy?
It's something like 100%.
100% 100% return, right? To
You get
upgrade.
100% back.
It's gonna put them all on.
Okay,
so
yeah.
you can think of it like a savings deposit box for your money, but you're putting it in diamonds, and then you want to go bigger later. You just put more
I
in.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't steal. Don't worry. I'm just.
we'll
trying
start
them
with
all
Dan's
on.
Yeah,
budget.
what's the
but
security like in this place?
Yes.
very
don't worry.
lax.
Listen, if I wanted, I'm like a magician. You would not. One of these will come up missing, and you wouldn't even know. But I'm not that person
Right,
anymore.
but you could. But you,
I could. I'm just not going to do
right,
it.
right.
So
Woohoo.
This is a
look,
family show, right?
Absolutely not. If you did recently.
I did hear some of that language out there.
We apologize, but only partially because
Jonathan is the best.
Yes.
He is like the best. He is so fun. And Jonathan and I actually brainstorm all these different like video ideas we want to do. I mean, seriously, you should be on the podcast more often because, you know, you're very professional, like 9 to 5, but then really not.
Right.
Look at, I am really blingy right now.
Oh my God, you look amazing. You got to hold it up for the camera.
Oh, yeah, where are the cameras?
So Jonathan, your camera's here.
Oh, hi, camera.
So everybody, say hi. We have over 100 people watching
I'm
us
Vanna
on
Black.
Facebook Live.
Vanna Black.
You get it?
Vanna
Vanna
Black.
Black.
I love it.
I'm Vanna Black.
All right, Jonathan, you're here because this weekend you guys are doing an amazing event called Diamonds in the Roof.
I like that.
Thank you.
What is it?
Do you want to see some of the photos I just took in the lobby?
We do,
please.
and tell us like a little. We're going to bring the dogs in, and there's 2 shelters that you've partnered with because this weekend you can basically buy a diamond and you can also adopt a dog, and these dogs really, really need your help.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
Oh my God,
that's mine.
Jonathan,
So
this is
we put some
awesome.
diamond rings on the paws.
We got to get this to AJ, our
Yeah.
producer, to put up. This is great, Jonathan. The dog's paw has like a diamond ring on it. Oh my God, that's a riot.
And I think it's her paw size. I think.
You think you
paw
don't
size.
know, but it's possible.
We can always resize it.
Yes.
So this weekend we're doing this Diamonds in the Rough event. It is.
I just like it when you do it.
I like it. It's cute.
It's
cute.
so fun.
It's got a little ring to it.
Yeah,
I
when
like
we
it.
do like a normal
Get it?
event.
It's got a ring to it.
Boom!
That's great.
Danny, we're gonna just hang out here the rest of the night.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
I also, you got a
loving it.
drink. I didn't get a drink.
Listen, we will make that happen for you. Don't
AJ,
you worry.
would
we
you
need another
mind-
cup, please. A chalice. We need a chalice.
Can
if
you
there's
hit
enough.
the air conditioning on?
Please, because
Get
I'm
Jonathan.
sweating.
No, I have water, but I just saw you.
Oh, no, you
No,
need
he wants a
rosé.
real
Yeah, I need
drink.
rosé.
He
You need
wants a real
rosé,
drink.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, of
when
course you do.
podcasting, I rosé.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so this weekend it's a Diamonds in the Rough event.
Okay.
See how professional that was? That's
Yeah.
what you were saying.
See?
That
You turn it on.
the duality. I can be this. I can be that.
As you should be, because nobody is one-dimensional. Mm-hmm.
2018.
Yes.
Be fluid.
Okay, so this is it. We're working with different adoption centers. We're going to bring some of the pups to each of the stores. And then it's a ring event. So you come, play with some dogs, have fun. I mean, just let loose. I mean, we try to make ring shopping fun.
Yes.
It should be an experience. So come, get some food, get some snacks. We got a whole bunch of cookies in different shapes of dog bones and things like that.
Oh my God,
it should be fun,
so
yeah.
fun. Completely dog. You can bring your own dog as well as.
You can bring your own dog.
Wow, that's cute. I don't have one, but I'll borrow one for the event.
Yeah.
Or I'll bring one home. I'll adopt one.
You can adopt one. So some other fun things. We're giving a portion of weekend sales to the animal shelter.
Canine Lifesavers is one of the organizations,
Right.
and also Homeward Trails.
Right.
And they've got a couple dogs here that we're going to bring in. I'll probably have AJ bring. AJ, what is the little dog? I think he's like a lap dog. Can we bring him in?
He's
and
adorable.
and
The
either
What's
Jonathan
his
or
name?
Danny can
Do you
hold
know
him.
his name? Do you remember his name?
I don't.
They'll
No.
tell us. They'll
I'm
tell
so
us.
bad
when
with
they come.
names.
It's okay. It's okay. They'll tell us.
So you just want one dog?
Yeah.
The little lap puppy.
A little lap puppy. Okay.
There's like an old dog too. We ought to get that thing in here. She probably needs
the
it.
older
Don't
one,
call him
the beat up
thing.
one is from Puerto Rico.
Sorry.
His name is Puerto Rico.
No, he was rescued from Puerto
oh,
Rico.
I was like, that's cute. He was rescued from
yeah,
Puerto
he was rescued
Rico.
from Puerto Rico.
How
and
old is he? Does
he's
he go to the
really,
bathroom
like,
outside?
Scratched up. It looks like he's had a tough life, but he's like adorable and so.
Is he
calm.
potty trained?
Ooh, yeah, good question.
You don't know? Because look, I might walk away. I've been
Yeah,
drinking.
come
I
on
might
in.
walk away with a puppy today. So if he's potty trained and he needs love, my kids are gone. They're in St. Lucia for the summer. I might just need to adopt a
Oh
puppy.
my God,
Look at that
Danny,
guy.
you
I'm a good
need
mom.
this little guy. Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Give
His-
him to me. What's his name?
Oh my God, look, he
He's
loves
adorable.
the microphone.
I'm sorry. What is it?
Gavin.
His name is
Gavin.
I'm gonna get a photo of Gavin
Oh
at
my
the
God,
mic.
someone adopt Gavin right now on Facebook Live. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm not even a dog person. I'm in love.
How old is Gavin? Oh wait, come on over
Okay,
here.
come on in the mic. Yep, get right on the
Right here,
microphone.
You're good.
Gavin is 2 to 3 years old.
Closer.
Yes, closer, all the way.
that
Gavin
mic.
is 2 to 3 years old. He is living in a foster home.
Oh.
He's super sweet. He does need surgery, which we're going to pay for. We're raising money.
Is he potty trained? Partially? It's
Sort
okay.
He is probably partially potty trained.
Partially. That's good. That's good.
He's in a foster home, so chances are pretty much.
Okay, that's fantastic.
And
God, this
however, they
guy.
do have accidents in a new environment.
Okay, that's okay. We can work with accidents. I have accidents.
But he is super sweet, likes kids, likes
Good.
other dogs.
Good. I like Gavin.
I think he's
Loves the
perfect for you,
microphone.
Danny.
I think he's
really
perfect for
do.
me. I
Oh my
might take
God.
Gavin's ass home today.
This
He's so chill. I
guy.
mean, he
Gavin
doesn't.
is so cool. He
not,
could
like,
be a little
barking.
travel dog. We could travel the whole
Oh my God, this
world.
dude is going to be, and she's getting a tiny house and traveling across
Traveling
the country.
the world. And it's like,
Gavin-
I feel like Gavin deserves to see the world.
Oh my God, Gavster needs a home.
So what do I need to do? Like, let's say I want to take
Yes,
Gavin home.
tell us
like
exactly.
dead ass.
What's the process?
What happens? Because Gavin's ass might get adopted today. My kids are gone. I need somebody in my life.
So you have somebody, I thought.
I do, Jeff, but he's not with me all day. And Gavin is just cute.
He's not hairy enough.
Gavin stays this big?
Yeah, he's not going to get any bigger.
Okay.
He's 2 to 3. He's fully grown, neutered. Our process is normally you fill out an adoption application, and then you work with someone that goes through your application with you, and we figure out if you have which you don't have pets.
No
correct?
pets. I have a lizard, but he stays by himself and he's in a cage.
If you had pets,
we
we would just call your vet and make sure your pets are up to date on shots and all that, vaccines and all that good stuff.
Gavin is so sweet.
However, since I'm here today, if you're interested in Gavin, I would be more than happy to screen you and go through everything with you. You don't have to fill it out. I kind of follow you guys, so I'm
interested in Gavin. I'm going to send a picture of Gavin to Jeff, and I feel like Gavin might
you should hold Gavin. He is
bring
sweet.
Gavin to me.
So is his knee in pain? Is he in pain with his knee?
His foster mom says it hasn't stopped him.
God, Gavin!
But you can see.
Adoption 1 done.
Yeah.
Check.
Why am I gonna cry?
Already got one down.
You can see he holds it up a little bit in the back when you look at you.
Oh my God.
You know why? Because you miss your babies.
Oh my God. You've had a tough week. Let it out, honey. You've had a tough week. Yes, absolutely. Gavin is like.
God, he's mine.
You're having a moment.
I'm having a meltdown.
Jonathan Merce is like, there's so many women. There's so many women right now.
But there's this beautiful moment happening here.
I don't know what's
human
happening.
and dogs.
Diamonds. She's got it all going
Can
on
I have
right now.
a diamond? If I get Gavin, are you going to give me something?
Yeah, put one of those on.
I'm not joking, because there's real tears happening right now.
And if you adopt, I'm going to make this promise. If you adopt Gavin,
I want a wedding ring.
we're going to get you a ring. I'm going to give you a free
I'll
ring.
take Gavin. Right.
Oh my God, poor thing. She is. She's like falling.
He's so perfect. What is happening?
I have no clue.
Well, this
We have
is a
no clue.
surprise.
This is a surprise.
I love him.
Yeah,
So beautiful.
He's so sweet, and he loves me. I just feel
Oh my God, we've covered it all on the show today. This show has gone from the highest.
God, I'm taking him.
Okay, we can.
I can't. Oh my God, I'm gonna be a good dog mom.
Oh my God, you're gonna be.
Danny, keep it together. Hold it.
My girls are
together.
gonna be so happy. I'm
Is
sorry.
he good with kids?
He's good with kids. She already said
He's
that.
about to be. Oh my God,
Oh
We
my
could- we
God.
could
he's
talk-
perfect. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we could talk more. You might have to pick him up on
Okay,
Saturday.
I can do that.
Okay. I will be at the event in Rockville on Saturday.
Okay.
And let me make
I'll be
sure.
What the
Or-
fuck is wrong with me? I'm sorry.
You're fine. I think it's great.
Oh my God, I love it. We've covered it all. She is having a moment. Take your moment. I think this is perfect. You know, ever since, I do have to say.
You're a mess, but Gavin is so chill.
Gavin is so good with me, and I am a lot to deal
I
with.
know you are the yin and yang right there.
And he is just like, this is my mom.
How much wine did you give her?
Not a lot. This is not
Don't worry.
I promise. This is just real human
We
emotion.
had this very odd saging ceremony in here on Monday, and since then things have been off the rails. Okay, off the rails.
Yeah.
All right, tell us where we can find. Now, in the meantime, obviously, we can go to mervisdiamond.com to find out information about this weekend. But tell us too, Canine Lifesavers.
It's K9 Lifesavers. You can find us on Facebook. It's K-9 Lifesavers. Our
I need
dogs.
some of your tissue.
Our dogs are listed
all.
there. You can find our dogs there. You can find them on our webpage.
Okay, how many dogs right now need adoption?
We have about 100.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
We have some in foster, and
Oh.
we work with a boarding facility out in King George. And so they come down every weekend to the Rockville.
Get right on that microphone.
We
as close
do
as you can.
Rockville,
Thank you, hon.
Germantown events on
Great.
Sundays. We do Ellicott City. So we have a different event every weekend.
Oh my God, terrific. You guys are doing great work. And
thank
I tell you this, I live in Arlington, and the designer dog there is the bulldog. Every young millennial couple has the bulldog. And I always am like, oh, please adopt. You know,
know.
like, I know it looks very pretty and it's $4,000 and everyone knows how
Yep.
much you paid, but like, please, like an
Well,
organization like yours.
The thing is, they could adopt one of those from a breed-specific
Absolutely.
rescue is the thing, because people like that
Yes.
go and buy them, love them for 6 months until they have the medical issues, and then they go and dump them either at the shelter. So there's a lot of breed-specific rescues. We're all breed, but there's a lot of breed-specific that will pull those dogs from shelters and help them get adopted.
We'll definitely get the word out, and terrific that you've partnered with Mervis.
We're so excited.
Mervis does so many great events, works so much with the community, so terrific, and we'll see you guys this weekend.
Okay.
And Gavin has found his home, his forever home. Absolutely, he's found his forever home, so we'll work it out.
I'm going to leave Danny my card and my phone number.
Also, you promised a ring. I'm not bullshitting because I heard you say it.
He's the real deal.
Okay, I'm sending Jeff your way. Thank you.
He's the real deal.
I got a dog and a ring, girl. I'm getting married and I got a baby.
Jonathan, hop back on that microphone.
Let me tell you,
people location.
Sure.
Thank
So
you. I'm
we
going to
have
just hang with him. He's
3
mine.
locations. Mervis Diamond is on K Street on Washington, D.C.
Yep.
We're in Rockville, and we're in Tysons, right outside the mall. We're about half a mile from the mall. On our website, if you go to the homepage, of course, there's a huge Diamonds in the Rough graphic. That will take you to a page all about the event. And there it has a list of the things that the adoption centers told us that the dogs need.
Oh, great.
So I don't exactly know what dogs need. Remember, we chatted about that earlier in the store, but it's specifically whatever,
Some dogs need surgery, like Gavin. You know, some need medical attention or food, or maybe even it's fostering a dog. Even if you don't want to fully adopt, it's helping out for a couple of weeks. So, you guys, Jonathan, you really do so much with the community. You do fun events.
So
we try to have some fun, and we want people to, let loose and celebrate life and add someone special to your life. So
I'm so excited.
The last thing I want to say before I go is that we did a engagement ring for a gentleman. He was in Afghanistan at the time. He wrote to us and said that he was coming back and he wanted a ring for his girlfriend, something to do with dogs. He just said that they love dogs.
Oh, wow.
They got dogs together. It's brought them together. They love them. So we custom made him this dog paw engagement ring. That I'll show you a graphic.
Please, yes, show us a graphic.
And anyway, so we made this ring.
So you're capable of doing so many things.
They customize you can do, he's being modest, but at Mervis, like you can even, if you find a picture of a diamond ring, you can bring it into Mervis, right? They'll do everything.
Look at that.
I know, it's a dog paw. Like
That's
we got to put that up.
Yeah, so we put that up on our blog. It's just like, we made this cool ring this week. And anyway, we've gotten like so many inquiries about this one dog paw ring.
Really?
So and we can customize it. So, some people will call us from, I don't want to say middle of nowhere, but somewhere with a smaller budget. Like, can you make this for $2,000? Can you make it for $5,000?
Right.
Can you make it with all sapphires, no diamonds? Like, so we've made many variations of this same ring.
That's so amazing.
And that's too, a lot of people too are listening and watching, maybe not necessarily in the DC area. Like you said, look, Mervis is a terrific jewelry store. You need to go there. You can always inquire. You can email me, Sarah@heyfrase.com. I'll connect you directly to Jonathan. They're so person to person. You guys can customize anything. So yeah, maybe you live in Kansas now, but you are from the DC area. You want a ring made, you can do it. You guys are terrific.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
MervisDiamond.com. Always. We love when you come on.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So the event is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And so obviously we do engagement rings, wedding rings, but it's also sort of that anniversary season. A lot of people have anniversaries coming up, so might as well get a good gift.
How's your own wedding planning going?
That's a shit show.
Yeah,
I can imagine, but congratulations.
Thank you. I've been in the wedding industry, sort of.
Got that diamond money. You about to be, we want to come.
We are going to have a riot. We're not doing, I asked my dad to be
his
the ring bearer.
His fiance is very modest. Ronnie is going to be your ring bearer.
I asked him, and he was like, no, isn't that a kid's job? But I think it's funny if he's the ring bearer.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I want in. I just want to watch.
Oh, it will be so much fun.
We're trying to make it like fun and different. So we're doing it at my fiance's parents' house in the backyard.
That's beautiful.
With a tent. We're trying to like just sort of create our own traditions.
Good.
And we have a little marching band. We put our nieces and nephews in a marching band going down the aisle with
so when's the big
instruments
day?
and
Love
stuff.
it.
When's the big day?
September 2nd.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Can we borrow Gavin to walk down the aisle?
Gavin could totally be a ring bearer. You could strap something to him. He'd be all right.
Gavin has Gavin's
so
all in his sleeve. Yeah.
Gavin and I are we're a match made.
Gavin has
in
moved
heaven.
in. Like he's like basically like your third child.
He's loving me.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand. We are connected. Like me and Gavin are going to separate for a few days, and I will see y'all this weekend to pick Gavin up for his forever home.
This is hysterical.
He's so good.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Empathy and Eyebrows is the book.
Thank
You
you.
guys know where to buy it. You can buy it on Amazon. You can listen to Danny's podcast, Lipson, iTunes, MervisDiamond.com. Jonathan Mervis, the fabulous Jonathan Mervis, and Diamonds in the Roof this weekend. Get all the info. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share the show. Bye, everybody.